Annyeonghaseyo. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ryan Sun. So today we are doing a tier list video. Ooh, spicy. This is going to be ranking BTS's albums. Before I filmed this video, I didn't go back and listen to these albums because I don't want my judgment to be misconstrued. I want to wing it based off of my current feelings right now. It is the 14th of July right now. It is just shy of 11:55 p.m. and I just felt like doing a tier list video. So let's get into the actual tiers themselves. So as you can see, these are BTS's main albums, right? These are the main titles from, their debut album all the way up to now. Yeah, so let's go through the tiers. So the top tier is She's the Moment. This means she's it. She's that bitch, right? She is everything we ever imagined, right? And the she in reference is the album, if you didn't get it. The second tier is We Love Her. We really do. It's a tier down from She's the Moment, but we still love her. She still gives us what we need, but not as much as the moment, but she gives us what we need. Then a tier down we have She's Cute. She's cute. I like her. I listen to her here and there, but she's cute, right? Then the tier down we have She Could Be Better. I listen to her once in a while, but I don't really reach for her. I don't reach for her as much as the above tiers, but I listen to her. Then the next one we have She Thinks She's Cute, but she's average. This is kind of self-explanatory, but she's average. She's okay. She thinks that she's a bad bitch, but she's not. Then the last tier, this one's hilarious. She Makes Me Barf. I hate her. Self-explanatory. She's trash. She's garbage. She's ugly. We don't like her. Okay. So I'm not going to go in any specific order. If anything, I'm going to go in a random order. Okay. So let's start off with Cool for School. Too Cool for School. All right. The debut album. I remember the first time I listened to this album and I was like, you know what? This is actually pretty good, right? But there's only a few songs that I reach for on that album. Those being No More Dream and occasionally We Are Bulletproof Part 2. But I don't really, I don't, she's okay. I like her, but yeah, I'm gonna put her in She's Cute. She's cute. I listened to a few songs on the album, but she's cute, right? I listened to the main songs on the album, right? The next, I'm just gonna go in order now that I started with the first one. Anyway, so then we have Oh Are You Late Too, which was their second main album, I believe. If I'm wrong, then I guess you can correct me. Sure. Yeah, so we have Oh Are You Late Too. So amongst their early albums, I listened to them all around the same time, when I was first started to stan BTS. And this album kind of stuck out to me because I was intrigued by the diversity of, genres on this album. Because, we have No, which is a very hard, heavy song. We have We On, a lot more heavy based. We have If I Were the World, kind of funkier, right? Coffee, kind of it wasn't really a ballad, but it was leaning more towards a ballad, more singy kind of a song. BTS Cypher, their first Cypher. Attack on Bangtan, a lot more fun of a song. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that song. Pao Do Gangsang? Sure. And that song was pretty fun too. So I'm actually going to put Or You Late To in We Love Her. We really do. And also, by the end of this, I might end up changing them as like things come to my mind. So I'm just going to put them where I want to put them in that moment. So yeah, Or You Late To, we're putting her in We Love Her. We really do. Okay. Then the next album is School Love Affair. Now, I like this album. I do. Like I said, I listened to this album around the same time as like the other earlier albums, you know, like Too Cool for School or Are You Late To. I listened to those all like around the same time. And, you know, there's a lot of songs that I do really like on this album. You know, Just One Day, Tomorrow. Tomorrow is a great example of this because I feel like it's one of their most unique songs in terms of just like the construction of the song and two, just the genre itself. I can't really explain the genre of Tomorrow well, but you know, then we had, you know, Spinebreaker, which is their like more fun, quirky, you know, kind of songs. Other than those two songs, right? And I guess the Cypher part too, right? But other than those two songs, well, 3 songs, excuse me, I don't really listen to any of the other songs on the album. I listen to them once in a while, right? Like I listen to Jump here and there, you know, if I'm in the mood to listen to that song. I listen to, you know, Boy in Love here and there. I like the song. I'm not going to sit here and say I don't like the song. I do like the song. But I reach for the other songs a little bit more, I feel like. So again, for School Love Affair, I'm going to put her in cute. She's cute. You know, she's cute. I like her. She's cute, right? Then, oh boy. Here we go. Dark and Wild. Dark and Wild is probably one of their most iconic, well, keyword one of their most iconic albums like to date, like honestly. As I'm looking at the album right now, there's not a song on here that I have ever skipped. Genuinely. Like, I feel like I love every single, and even the intro, because there's a lot of albums that I've listened to that I don't go back and listen to the intros very much. The only other group that I know that I listen to the intros is because they give me like a nice vibe is ATEEZ, because their intros kind of usually tell a story, right? But I love literally every single song on this album. And if you're a friend of mine, you know, in real life, you'll hear me talk about how Dark and Wild is my favorite BTS album. My favorite, if not one of my favorite, definitely top 5. So we're putting her in She's the Moment, because she is, you know, she's the moment. She's, you know, she's amazing, right? Then we go on to the most beautiful moment in life, part 1, which is this pretty album art here. I'll mention that I love the album art for the most beautiful moment in life. You know, both of them, they're gorgeous, right? So this is another album, right, that you will never see me skip a single song on this album. Not one. Like I'm looking at like I said, I'm looking at the album right now. There's not a single song on that album that I've ever skipped. Yeah, no, there's not. So again, I'm contemplating whether I should put her in She's the Moment or we love her. We really do. I'm gonna put her in. I'm gonna put her in We Love Her. You really do. And I'll tell you why. Because, like I said, I never skip any. You know what? Now that I'm looking at it, this album had some really heavy hitters, actually. But I'm going to leave her in We Love Her. We really do. And I'll come back to it and I'll decide if I want to change my mind or not. So then again, since they're going in order, the most beautiful moment in life, part 2. Now, with this one right here, we had Run, Butterfly, Wailing 52, etc. Right? I feel like the only songs I really listen to like repeatedly from this album are Run, Butterfly, I'm being realistic towards myself. I'm not like going like, off of what everybody else has said. Like the music that I personally like. So I liked Run, Butterfly, Wailing 52, and My City. So like, the first 4 like actual songs. I think I'm gonna put her also in We Love Her, We Really Do. Again, I'll come back to any of these and decide if I want to switch them or not. Like, switch them around if I would like to. Right, so then we have the most beautiful moment in life, Young Forever, right? Now, this album, from what I'm aware, is literally just the first 2 albums mushed together. Plus like Fire, Save Me, and one other, and I Need You, I believe. Let me check. Yeah. Plus those 3 songs. Since it's just like a repeated songs, plus like a few extra ones, I tend to not really like if it's a mashup album, I tend to only go for the songs that are already been released. Does that make sense? However, Fire, Save Me, and what was the third one? And I Need You are some of BTS's most iconic songs in terms of like, popularity and stuff. But I don't really see myself, other than maybe like, it's difficult because in terms of like my own personal style, I'll listen to those 3 songs, occasionally, right? And for that reason, you might actually be a little surprised. I'm going to put her in She Could Be Better. And I'm putting her in She Could Be Better because of the reason I just said, is because they're repeated songs plus like 3 extra songs that I like. But I like when an album has new experiences, full new experiences, if that makes sense. Okay, so that's we put her in She Could Be Better. Then the next one, this one, man, Wings, man. What an era that was, right? Like, just all of the lore, all the music videos, just the storyline that came behind Wings was beautiful, am I right? The music video for Blood, Sweat, and Tears, the music videos for all of the solos, right? So as we know, Wings was, their first album that had like all of the members got solos, right? In terms of like on like a single album, right? So Begin was Jungkook, Lie was Jimin, Stigma was Taehyung, First Love was Suga, Reflection was Namjoon, Mama was jhope, and The Wake was Jin. And then we had those three, four, 5 plus the interlude. Now that I'm looking at this album, there's not a single song on this album that I've ever skipped. So I didn't really feel like diving too deep into that. Wings is the moment. She's the moment. She's the moment. Every single song on that album I love near and dear to my heart. all of them, like they all have like their own special flair. Lie and Begin are a lot more emotional, just like Stigma. First Love is a little bit more emotional too. Well, they're all more emotional, right? And My Mom is probably like the one that sticks out the most to me in terms of like the actual sound, because like, you know, the first 5 songs, you know, Begin, Lie, Stigma, First Love, and Reflection, all have a very somber kind of tone to them. And then Mama comes in and it's kind of like a churchy kind of uplifting kind of vibe, right? But the lyrics are sad, right? And then, you know, Awake is the ballad of one of the ballads. Well, yeah, the ballad of the album, right? So yeah, she's the moment. She really is the moment. Then we have You Never Walk Alone. Okay. Okay. With this album, we got Spring Day and Not Today, plus the You Never Walk Alone little thing, right? I feel the same way about this that I felt about The Most Beautiful Moment in Life, Young Forever. Oh, it's kind of hard, you know, like, as much as I love, Spring Day. Spring Day is a beautiful song. But again, simply because it's repeated songs plus like 3 new ones, I'm gonna put her in She Could Be Better. Not because I don't like the album. I do. Especially, like I said, I love Spring Day and the Outro Wings, especially Outro Wings. Like, that song just is so emotional for me. Even though it's like a uplifting, like sounding song, it makes me feel like so like emotional for reasons. So yeah, we put her in She Could Be Better. Then began the dwelling into current BTS, right? So we first started with Love Yourself Her, right? This is when they went on their tear of their Love Yourself concept, right? Where a lot of people became fans of BTS, including me, where this is the year that I became a fan of BTS through DNA back in 2017. It's been a long ass time, hasn't it? And, you know, with this album, we got Serendipity, DNA, Best of Me, Dimple, Pied Piper, Mic Drop, Go-Go, and Outro Her. A very different vibe comparing to these other albums, right? Even like from the previous album, Wings, it was such like a drastic change comparing to the previous albums, right? And you're gonna be surprised, right? I feel like the only songs I listen to, like actually listen to, like in my free time, are Serendipity, Dimple, or Best of Me, and Go-Go. And it's not because I don't like the other songs. I do like the other songs, but I'm talking about me actually personally listening to these songs. Those are like the main songs that I listen to. And I love this album. I do. Like I said, it's I have 2 versions of this album in my room. I have all the Love Yourself albums in my room, and this album is really special to me because it is the reason why I'm a fan of BTS now. But I believe She Could Be Better. I do. I would put her in She's Cute, but simply because I only listened to a few songs on that album. Barely even intro Serendipity because it's not the full Serendipity song. Like even I like DNA too, but She Could Be Better, you know? I don't feel like going too deep into that, but She Could Be Better, right? She Could Be Better. Then we get into Love Yourself Tear. Now, Tear is another album that I hold deeply dear to my heart. We still didn't have the full Singularity. Well, okay, this is when we got introduced to Singularity, Fake Love, The Truth Untold, 134340, Paradise, Love Maze, Magic Shop, Airplane Part 2, Anpanman, So What, and Outro Tear. So a very heavy hitter set of songs, right? Like, A few of those songs had, you know, their own music video. A lot of them had their own performances at like award shows. And again, you know, this is when we were continuing the Love Yourself kind of vibe, the Love Yourself story, right? And you know, like the songs that I really, really, really love are, you know, of course, Singularity. Because if you've watched my alt video, you know that Tay is one of my biases. Fake Love, The Truth Untold, 134340. Just like the entire album, you know, the entire album is great, right? Not a song. The only song that I feel like I've ever skipped like a few times was So What, but now that I've listened to the album a lot more, I love So What so much more. Because I've grown to love that kind of dance kind of sound, if that makes sense. I don't know the actual genre name, but yeah. So, Love Yourself tier. I'm gonna put her. She's a moment. Come on, y'all. She's the moment. Y'all know she's a moment. Like, not a single skip on the album. Currently, one of my favorite solo songs, Singularity, is on here. One of my favorite BTS songs, like one of my favorite BTS songs, like ever, Paradise, is on this album. Of course, and also 134340. Both of those songs are incredible. Magic Stop, incredible vocals. Airplane Part 2, incredible. Like, it doesn't get any better than that. Honestly, it really doesn't. Then we get into Love Yourself Answer. Now, you're probably expecting me to put Love Yourself Answer into She Could Be Better, but hear me out, right? So I'm going to do a rundown of the new songs that we have. So we have Euphoria, Trivia, Just Dance, the full version of Serendipity, y'all. The full version, okay? Trivia, Love, right? The full version of Singularity. Trivia, Seesaw. Epiphany. I did Answer, Love Myself, and then the remixes and such, right? Simply for the trivias themselves, right? So, you know, Trivia Just Dance, Trivia Love, and Trivia Seesaw. Those 3 songs alone make this album way better than She Could Be Better. Those 3 songs alone. And then we add on Euphoria, the full version of Serendipity, and the full version of Singularity. Adding those 2 songs also. Then we get Jin's beautiful ballad, Epiphany. Amazing ballad, right? Oh, also, I forgot to mention I'm Fine. But yeah, I'm gonna add her into We Love Her. We really do. No pun intended. But we love her. We really do. Next is the next jump into the next era of BTS, right? So we went from the darker tones, you know, with Too Cool for School. Then we went into, you know, School Love Affair and Dark and Wild. And then we went into the more somber kind of tones with The Most Beautiful Moment in Life, and then You Never Walk Alone, etc., right? And then, you know, Wings, and then the Love Yourself, and now we're here with Map of the Soul Persona. Okay, I'm very indifferent about this album. Okay, because the main song that I really listen to on this album is Home. I still like Dionysus and Je Me Veux. I guess you can call it a ballad of that album. Make It Right is okay. Macrocosmos, it's I like the song, but I like listening to it when I'm watching like a live of, not a live, but like if I'm watching like a concert thing of them, because it gives you that kind of like concert-y ending kind of feeling, right? And then, you know, Persona, Boy with Love featuring Halsey, etc. Right? But I don't tend to reach for this album as much as I would like to, and it makes me sad because, you know, it's another album that I actually personally own. But like I said, the main songs that I go for are Home and Jomevu, and occasionally, you know, Boy with Love and Persona. But even then, I feel like she could be better. You know, I would put her in She's Cute, but because I don't really reach for the other songs as much as I would like to, even the intro Persona, I only listen to that when I'm in the mood of like listening to that song. I don't usually reach for it, but yeah, you know, then, right, y'all, then we get into Map of the Soul 7, right? So, you know, we're still in the Map of the Soul kind of era, right? We still have, you know, Persona, and this is when they brought back the solo song album, right? With the solo songs for each member, right? So, you know, we got Filter with Jimin, My Time with Jungkook, Ugh with the rap line, Inner Child. I believe this was yeah, I believe that's Tae, and Friends was Taemin, I believe. Moon is Jin, I believe, and Respect is Namjoon and Yoongi, right? Again, if I'm wrong on that, go ahead and correct me, I guess. And then, you know, Outro Ego was Yoongi's a little thing, right? Again, with the previous, you know, album, I only go for like a few songs on here. Like specifically, Filter and My Time are like repeated so much on that album. And Ugh. I feel like I haven't listened to Inner Child, okay. I really like 0 O'Clock a lot more now. But for Inner Child, Friends, Moon, and Respect, I have not touched those songs for... God, when did this album come out? 2020? Probably since the album came out. So it's been a minute, right? Now, I'm not saying that these songs are bad because I don't listen to them as much. I just haven't listened to them as much, you know, and that's okay. But like I said, especially in Black Swan too. Black Swan, Filter, and My Time are like the only, and occasionally On. So, you know, Black Swan, Filter, My Time, and On, and Ugh. So those 5 songs are like the main songs that I go in between on that album. Okay. Again, it's not because I hate it. It's not because I don't like any of the other songs. It's just because those are the songs that I tend to reach for. So for Map of the Soul 7, I'm actually going to I'm going in between She Could Be Better or She Thinks She's Cute but She's Average. I'm not going to say that she's it's hard, you know. For now, I'm going to put her in She Could Be Better, right? So like I said, I only listen to like 5 songs on that album when there's like a bajillion, right? Anyway. Then, oh boy, we're getting spicy, y'all. We're getting spicy. Are y'all ready? Then we get into B. Okay. So, you know, we were done with the Map of the Soul era. Right now we're into B, right? So it's like the, you know, the next level of BTS, right? Which is aligning a lot more with, like, you know, their current sound, right? Y'all, I'm going to be honest with you. I've listened to the album. Before you say anything, have you even actually like listened to the album? I've listened to the album several times actually, and the only two songs that I go back and listen to on that album are Life Goes On and Disease. That is it. I like the other songs, I do, but in terms of the songs that I have repeatedly listened to, those are the only two. Okay, and for that reason, this hurts me so much. It hurts me so much. I'm putting her, and she thinks she's cute, but she's average. Okay, like I said, those two songs are the only, and occasionally telepathy. Occasionally that song too, but mainly Life Goes On and Disease are like the only songs that I repeatedly go after. Okay, now we are finally up to date with, you know, their final recent their recent album, which I feel like I was catfished. I feel like I was catfished with this album because I was like, oh, are they just gonna go back with their go back through their, you know, older you know, concept or whatever, or go back in time or whatever, and they did that. But y'all, this album pisses me off. Okay, because it's literally just like their main like popular songs, right, from each album. So No from Or Relate To, Boy in Love from School Love Affair, Danger from Dark and Wild, Run from The Most Beautiful Moment in Life, Burning Up Fire, you know, Fire from I believe that was The Most Beautiful Moment in Life. Also, Blood, Sweat and Tears from Wings, DNA, and Spring Day from You Never Walk Alone, DNA from Love Yourself Her, Fake Love from Love Yourself Tear, Ida from Love Yourself Answer, Boy With Love from Map of the Soul, Persona, On from Map of the Soul 7, Dynamite, which was on B, Life Goes On was also on B, Butter was a solo, Yet to Come is the newer song, Run BTS is a newer song, Inter Persona, Stay, Moon is an older song, J'aimez-vous, etc, etc, etc. It's just their older songs plus like, okay, I'm gonna count the new songs on this album, and there is 16 songs on this album. So there's one which is For Youth, unless that's an older song. I believe that might actually be an older song. Actually, scratch that. I think For Youth is an older song. Okay, so we have, let's see, I believe Stay is new. Again, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Yet to Come and Run BTS are new, so that's 3. And that's it. Out of how many songs? Oh no, that's way more than 16 actually. That's so 20, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. So about like the mid-30s amount of songs, right? This album pisses me off so much because, for one, I don't really like any of the songs in them in terms of like the new songs. Like Hate Yet to Come, Run BTS was aight, Stay was aight, and yeah. So, you know, she's going where she belongs. Okay. It's not because it's definitely not because I don't like any other songs. If anything, I like the other songs more than the new songs, but it's because you literally just repackage. And I guess, again, maybe this is just my fault for not really understanding where the concept was going, but I'm so disappointed, y'all. I really am, because I love BTS so much. I really do. But this album just disappointed me, you know? And, you know, maybe it's my fault for having bad expectations. You know, maybe it's my fault, but I don't think it is. So, yeah, let's look back and see who made it to the top and who didn't. Okay, so in season 1, we have 3. We have Dark and Wild, Wings, and Love Yourself Tear. Right. I don't think those need to be changed. Those are perfect where they are. So those are in She's a Moment. And we love her. We really do. We have All You Relate To. Both of the most beautiful moments in life. And then Love Yourself Her. Love Yourself Answer. Then in She's Cute, we have Two. We have Too Cool for School. Sorry, I blanked for a second. We have Too Cool for School and School Love Affair. Those are fine where they are. We have She Could Be Better, and here we have 4. We have The Most Beautiful Moment in Life, Young Forever, You Never Walk Alone, Love Yourself Her, Map of the Soul Persona, and Map of the Soul Persona 7. Both of those all these albums are again where they should be. Then we have 1, and She Thinks She's Cute but She's Average. That's B. I said what I said. And then She Makes Me Barf I Hate Her is proof, right? She's pointless. That's it, really. She's pointless. So yeah. If you disagree with my ranking, that's okay, but don't disrespect me in my comments. Thank you very much. Yeah, so here's the overview of the tier list. I'll probably blow it up so you can see it a little bit better. But yeah, let me know how you feel about my rankings in the comments. I would love to hear what you think. So leave me a comment if you like. Leave me a comment about anything in the video. If you like it, like it. If you dislike it, dislike it. Subscribe if you would like to, only if you would like to, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.